people are thinking.
What?
The post show. It's that classic pairing of Alfredo, Burnie, and Fiona.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what they were expecting.
Finally,
we get the real cast.
Bart had to go do something. Trevor had a call.
So
dude, everybody fucked up. Right?
So you got us.
Michael's got to raise a child.
Right?
Everybody's got an excuse.
I don't know. People got things to do.
Trevor should be right back though.
Yes.
He left it kind of a huff. I would say.
He was like,
I got shit to do.
He was flustered, man. He was flustered.
I was like, go do what you need to do. We'll hold it down.
And he's like, well, it's coming to close in 20 minutes. What am I going to do? It's like, dude, you could have ended the podcast. So.
Oh, poor Trevor.
If he comes back in, he's a little bit fussy. You'll know why.
You'll know why.
Things went down. So this weekend, went to Montreal.
You went to Montreal.
I was at the 6th Invitational. That big, huge. Oh, there you go.
Hey.
That big, huge, international.
I saw those pictures. Yeah, it looked really big.
Yeah, I went under apparently Ubisoft sent 7 select content creators, and then so I was with a group with Ammunition, Macy J, whatnot, and then so we went, got the whole tour of the Ubisoft Montreal office, which is a giant 3-4 story building with 3,500 employees.
Yeah.
So it's massive. And then played the new content, and then enjoyed, hung out with the other fellow content creators and the Ubisoft devs all weekend, and just watched the games. The finals. So last year for the finals, it was one of those matches that went into overtime. And not only did it go into overtime,
did they just do best of 5?
Best of 5. Okay. So it went to the 5th map, and then it went to the overtime rounds in the 5th map, and then it went to the last round of overtime. So I was like, okay, this year, there's no topping that. There's no way. The first map was the longest match in Siege history. 22 rounds.
Really?
It was an hour and a half long.
Holy shit.
These guys were just going back and forth for an hour and a half.
To lose that.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. If you
the team that lost, they looked just demoralized. They had nothing.
They went through all of that, Yeah, it's whenever I see a tennis match where just every now and then you get one of those where it's just going back and forth, and it seems to be going on forever. And then it's I don't want either of these people to lose at this point.
No, not at all.
They've invested so much in it. They've invested so much in it. It's
you're making saves in the crowd and coming back, and it's just incredible. And then it's somebody taps over the net, and that's it.
You know the depression's coming because
massive rounds.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was insane.
I have a question for you. Yeah. So you're obviously the best video game player we have anywhere even near this company. Who do you
for FPS games? For FPS
not
games.
In Tetris.
Not in Tetris. Not in
still working on my Tetris game.
Not in MMOs or anything like that.
Let's still figure out my shapes.
Yeah.
But do you have any idea how would you do in esports? What's the difference between what you're able to pull off and then people who are professionally 24 hours a day on a team playing Siege?
Well, I used to professionally play Rainbow Six Vegas. And then
so
I was a part. Yep.
More promotional professional.
Yeah. And then I played for, it was a very smaller team, but the best Titanfall team in the world at one point. Ooh. Where we won 15 out of 17 tournaments.
Really?
Yeah. We won everything. We kind of crushed that small scene to where no one else wanted to compete.
Well, the crazy thing about esports is just, Nate Shot was telling me about it when I was asking him all about esports a few years ago, because he was so far ahead of the curve of everybody, I feel like. For the professional investing in teams, building up a presence in a franchise, and he basically said that people age out at 22. Wasn't that when he retired 100%. From Call of Duty stuff? Was 22 years old.
We had that same exact conversation yesterday where I was like, "Yo, why aren't you playing professionally now?" And you're at 20, after 22, the reflexes don't really work that well, and everything. And I'm like, you're so good.
I don't watch Senior League though, honestly.
As weird as it sounds,
that's what I'm saying. For 28-year-olds.
I mean, there's a bunch of different things that go into that. When you're younger, you rely a lot on your reflexes. So now, when I play, I still get up there in ranks and rack up wins and whatnot. But I need to think smarter, not faster. And so it's a whole different thought process. I mean, and back then, it's just in order to be in esports, it's gaming on a whole another level, right? It's knowing every inch of the map. It's not only knowing how to shoot things, knowing situational awareness, knowing the game inside out, but it's knowing every single inch of the map and then having a call out for it and being able to work as a team. So it's this whole different level and dynamic of playing that you don't ever experience really.
I don't know, man.
When you play Apex, do you play with a squad or do you just go with randoms?
I usually try not go with the randoms in Apex. I just roll with 2 other people who play
it can be kind of hard to
games on a high level.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard if you're with randoms.
That's all I do. Yeah, because nobody's playing.
It's a team game, especially because the TTK, the time to kill in that game is longer. So it takes a lot more bullets and time to invest into killing a person that you need to do team shooting, right?
Yeah.
So you need to like shoot a guy, but then also have someone follow up with their shots on the same person.
Yep.
To down.
Fucking shields, dude. At least the shields don't regenerate on their own. Which would make that game even more
That's
possible.
true.
But I mean, that shield battery is like, what, 5 seconds? And it fully regenerates all your shields. So that is like huge in endgame.
And you can move too with it.
I
you don't need to stay
I played the shit out of that game. My first game of playing Apex, I won.
Yeah.
No shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because like...
Gavin showed a clip of you playing on the RT podcast. He's like on a stairwell, just like poking up with a gun and just murdering an entire room. I think it was 2 different squads.
Jesus Christ.
And you were just up there just mowing people
I remember that one. I mean, there's like so much going in my head at that point. Whereas I was like, okay, cool. All 3 of them are there. I have a shotgun, so I need to go for the range. I can also use these stairs to head glitch.
Yeah.
And then I know the time between shots. Or like the feeling of the time between shots. So it's like pop up, shoot, come back, and go. You know what I mean? Like really play off of it. And the thing that you start to realize too, in the middle of a gunfight, you can kind of sense how the other player plays, right? So you shoot a guy, they back off, and it's like, okay, this person isn't a hyper aggressive player. They might have a lot of confidence in their shot or how they're playing. And then you have other people who you shoot, and they'll just rail shots back at you. So it goes, okay, I need to strategically place myself here as opposed to just going and diving in on a team. So many like things you have to calculate within that split second of being being in a fight.
And I was playing Overwatch. I play Overwatch like a lot. I'm like listening to you right now. I thought I was good, and now I'm like, never mind. I'm okay.
I suck at everything else because all I've done is play this.
It's been around for a long time too, but it's like still 5 maps? Is that right? I played almost no Overwatch at all.
I mean they have like a lot more maps. I mean I'm totally invested in Overwatch. Like I hosted like the World Cup and stuff. So I was like, it was super like I love Overwatch. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. I was nervous. 10,000 people there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk in front of everyone now.
Yep. But then everything else after that seems way easier.
Yeah, it was super fun. Yeah, but like Overwatch in general is super fun, and like, but now just listening to you, it's like, oh god, I thought I was good like at with Widowmaker and stuff.
Yeah, but then there's also that pressure of like, I should be this good if I have 2,000 hours in Siege. Like if I had 2,000 hours in Siege and I was terrible. And I took it seriously, then that's kind of issue. Like if you play casually, who cares? I
mean, I was pretty competitive. I'm just a competitive person. I was getting mad. I was like, get the fuck over there, please.
I probably have like 600 hours in PUBG. And I'm still terrible at both. I'm terrible at PUBG and I'm terrible at Apex.
But you're not sitting there like...
I'm way better at Apex Legends than
taking it like super competitively, right? Like you play there just like, hey, I'm just trying to have fun. Of course you want to win.
Range level, sure.
I'm exactly like that.
But you're not sitting there like...
I'm exactly
taking
like
that, practicing and like taking the extra steps to find out like what guns are, good against what kits are good against that extra level.
All I know is that there's one set of optics in PUBG and in Apex Legends I just can't shoot with. I don't know what it is. It's the one where I do great when it's either a dot, like a red dot, or the circle with the dot. Yep. But then there's one that's got the stem with the arrow.
Yes.
And I don't know what it is about that sight.
I know exactly that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's a whole different game with ACOG.
Yeah.
You just have to, I mean, everyone's individually different, but a lot of times it freaks people out because it's like micro movements, right? Because it's so zoomed in. And then you get a lot more, your ability to kind of like freely move and look around, your peripheral vision and everything like that is greater with the smaller sites.
Yeah.
So when you're all zoomed in, it feels like everything is so focused.
Yeah.
And so every little detail, whether it's in your benefit or not, stands out. So if you're missing shots, you're like, oh my god, as opposed to like you have this far back like scope, you're missing shots, you don't see half the things you're missing.
Yeah.
You're not freaking out about it.
So in Overwatch and Siege, or now Apex Legends, you guys stick to one character and just try to get as good as you can with that particular character?
Well, in Overwatch, you play like a type of character, like tank. Or like
that genre. I'm a healer. I'm a support.
Yeah. So like I would grind on tank. Like I was playing tank, like with big machines and stuff, and like started like push everyone. But with Apex, I really like Lifeline just because you have the heal next to you, and I get hit a lot, so it's like, all right, I'm just gonna pop in that corner right there.
That ping system in
Apex
is so great.
Good.
It's so
except
good.
it's missing one thing. It's missing the ability
the ultimate and then the healing, right?
Yeah, I want to be able to tell, the ultimate accelerant, and then also to be able to tell people, heal me. Like, drop the bot.
Exactly. They don't have that.
Oh, like take the ultimate accelerant or something?
No. Like,
Compare.
like to say, like, when you have your ultimate, you don't have anything to say, hey, I have my ult, I'm going to call in a care package, or I have the portal ready. You don't have that, and you also don't have, like, hey, I need health, lifeline, come towards me. Like, if there's a lifeline in your team.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
The only thing I've ever seen people do is, and they have to have like a medical item to do it, is they just start using it again and again in front of Lifeline. Eventually Lifeline's like, oh, here you go.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Here's your bot.
That's so funny.
Yeah. They start, stop, like healing myself. Healing myself. So that, I mean, though, for a game that launched and dropped out of nowhere, it still feels very, very complete. And that ping system is it's not an overstatement to say it's revolutionary.
Absolutely.
It needs
because
to be
you don't need to talk to them.
In all types of
you don't need. I
VR
do not need to go in voice chat.
Yeah.
Which is nice that in a world where like alphas and betas are lasting even longer, and games are, that's an excuse for a lot of games to kind of just take their time, which is fine. But like you get a lot of games that have issues off the bat, and for years even, like for this game that just dropped, and for the most part just work. It's super refreshing.
Yeah, it is.
And
for
it's just
sure.
like, okay, cool. I'm glad that it's super successful, because that's a good role model for other companies to kind of fill into.
We're doing a new Apex for game time next week. So if you guys want to pop in. And
I got that invite.
Is this the squad?
I got
the squad?
that invite.
Dude, I'm hoping to carry through a match. Absolutely.
I was like, okay, what mouse and keyboard are they using? Like, what is the refresh rate?
Yeah, he was like, he was complaining because the monitor was
I get shit like that all the time because...
What's up?
Hello.
He's back.
Hello.
I'm back.
What up, dude?
Man, business. Business hours suck.
We said you walked out of here in a huff. Like
I had to go.
Yeah.
I
had to contact a business. Like, okay, so I'm doing some stuff on my house, and we work through the work day that everyone else works through, and it's very hard sometimes to pull away from this to get some. So like today was the day that all came down, and like it's like, they close in 20 minutes, gotta get stuff done.
Yeah, it's like when people require like there's stuff I have to do, like with house stuff and everything, we gotta send a wire and you gotta go to the bank. You have to go to the bank to do it. And it's like 3 days go by and be like, hey, did you go to the bank and do the thing? It's like, when the fuck am I gonna go to the bank? You know what I mean? It's like it closes a half an hour before I get off work. There's no way to get that shit done.
That's something that I had actually a very specific conversation with my dad like the other day about this very thing. He's like, just go by sometime after work. Just go by. That's something that I can't get through my dad's head. Is like, maybe he just doesn't understand how busy, because he is a general contractor, so he's driving all the time between job sites, and his day is pretty nebulous, and like he can fit things in left and right, but he's also still very busy. But I'm like, I get locked in and glued down, and I'm like working on a bunch of stuff. I can't pull away. Like, it's not that I didn't organize it properly. I couldn't sneak it in. It's like there's just a lot going on. A lot going on, dividing attention, and like,
There, and you're in a position that I can really empathize with as well, because there's a few of us in the company that have responsibilities on camera and on the content and entertainment side of things, but then also have responsibilities on the business side of things. And what that leads to is you feel like when you're working on something, your brain is still telling you you need to be working on this other thing. It's like even while you're working, you feel like you're not working.
Yeah, I've had so many conversations even with Fredo, like a year plus ago, like the days leading up to Sarah getting hired, Sarah Williams, our production coordinator, and it was like just the scheduling aspect, just carving that out and having Sarah own that piece and helping, like, has been this tremendous like weight off my shoulders, because it was just like my attention was divided in so many different ways. Like I felt like I could never succeed. I was always failing. And I felt like I was failing by needing to ask somebody to help me, or like by needing to like say, I can't do this, I need somebody that can do this. I felt like that was failing. So I was just like in this place where I was like,
it's a lot.
Gathering as many responsibilities as possible, and then like failing if I didn't like do them all, or like if I tried to offload them, or delegate them, as they say.
Yep, I was gonna say, big part is delegating.
Yeah,
for sure.
But man, it's like, so work thing is one thing, but then when the real life stuff comes in, whether it's like stuff on your car, stuff with your house, like bills,
getting anything worked on your car, when you need to get your license plates renewed.
Right.
It's like,
it's
a government office. You
gotta get inspected. Your appendix busts. Like when is any of this gonna? When do I have time to have my appendix burst? Just deal with it.
So they turn the lights on and then you're done.
Yeah.
Well, they're kicking us out.
They're going, they're kicking us out.
Thanks, guys. We get it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah,
They want to go over the weekend. Bye, everybody.
Kind of rude, really. I have sensitive eyes, but.
Just flash that
All right,
light at
Landon.
me. Oh my god.
Just get some screenshots of that by accident. Whoops.
Everybody just wanders off.
We just all go away. Slowly. Oh man.
Steal the iPad.